All right, apologize for the lack of updates. Still slacking on the light, but back in the mix. The twin Camaro. Back in with the twin Camaro. We stopped on this one here to get some leaks fixed on the Snowball Camaro. And believe it or not, I did a little bit of cleaning up, even though the tape still looks like a mess. But it's still in the air. Going to be doing a shock change. I got to come up with a plan on what I'm gonna do. I think I see what I'm not going to do. It's like a set of, and it's not a knock. I'm just gonna go to a double adjustable setup to see if I can have some more adjustability. Actually, like, shout out to them. Those are like QA1 shocks, single adjustable joints, not that expensive. And with the setup on it, which is, it's pretty racy. It's back half 4-link setup. But it's still on a hard tire. It's on a true hard tire. And I was able to pull both of the tires off the ground. So they can work. It's just after they stick, trying to get the tire to stick all the way out. I think I need some more adjustability on that. So I'm going to be going with a different shock, a longer shock, trying to get that to work. But for the meantime, I think I got all my leaks there fixed. Going to be doing a different boost control strategy. Let's see. If you hadn't seen one of these jewels before, this is a straight gate. You can run it on the cold side or on the hot side. I'm going to be running mine on the cold side. So this little jewel right here, they make electric ones. I opted out for the pneumatic one. I forgot my guy's name, but he was like, man, just really trying something out. So trying it out is a lot cheaper than the electric one, and also the ECU to be able to run it. So whatever your usual boost control setup is, the pneumatic one, you can run it with that. A lot more capabilities, a lot more accurate than running it on the exhaust side. It's not fighting between the heat and the spring getting hot and starting messing with the pressure and all that stuff. The turbo will already be to make the boost. After that, it's only gonna affect the boost going into the motor rather than how much the turbo is actually able to spool up. So the turbo is already going to be spooled. It's just going to be bleeding off the actual boost, not how fast it spools up the turbo. So I had some issues with that. I was only able to make a certain amount of boost, and the Draggy is a great tool. I was able to look at my Draggy and look at my G's, and it will pull G's for probably, I don't know, two seconds. It will pull great G's. After that, they would start to fall off, and you could look at the data log and you could tell the gate is just doing this number right here. The gate is just opening, closing, it's just fluttering, it's not shutting all the way. It's time for a different approach. I got to give that a go. So what I did was put in my max boost level with a spring in the wastegate, and then I'm going to let this straight gate control it. So that's what's going on there. Had a radiator leak, had to fix that. Transmission leak at the track, had to fix that. That was a fitting. So that pretty much took up a week, along with doing some AC stuff. And now I'm back on this jewel. This here. Getting started is the hardest part. So when you mess around and you take a break from it and you're trying to get back, it's the same thing. It's like, man, I'm just now trying to get back started. Get in the rhythm, stay in the rhythm. Don't check up on it. See it all the way through. Try to find a good happy point of like a crank up or something where you can get motivated. So what did we just do here? Added a fitting here. So this is gonna feed my turbo. This right here, let's see, we can cut the light on. Right here is going to be a oil pressure sensor here, and then also another one there. So dual oil pressure sensors. One's gonna be on a pillar, one's gonna be on the dash. Going the odometer Envision, waiting on a bezel for that. What else we gotta do? We gotta adjust my steering column. So I gotta do that. I'm gonna be taking that bolt out. Boys and girls, don't try this at home. I'm gonna be taking this bolt out because this bolt actually hits the headers. Gonna be taking that bolt out and then actually welding it. It won't twist, but it will want to slide. Make sure it's not a crack. Yeah, it's not a crack in it. So it wants to slide up and down. But I'm just gonna end up welding that, and then it still has a joint or two down there where it can slide some. So that's the plan for that. Looking at that next. Exhaust. So that's starting to come together there on the exhaust. I gotta slide that in before I actually put the header back in because it doesn't want to fit. So I'll be doing that. On the fuel line, another reason I say like you need to kind of like go at it and don't check up. There's certain parts that will like hold you up real bad. I need some 8AN line, and I'm not sure if I bought it or where the fittings for it is, but just had to redo this. And regular plugs would not work, so I had to get like the smooth button in caps for it to be able to do the line and then come back and do the fitting. And then my fittings actually missed that, so this is a 10. I think I ordered some 8, but I gotta look and see. So gonna be running 8AN straight off of this, 10 feed and 10 return, 8AN on each side, feeding the front and the back of my blow through. So that's the game plan for that. Gonna try to go ahead and get those lines situated. The tank is in, the pump is in. I hadn't really ran a lot of wires yet, but doesn't really look like it. To me, it doesn't feel like it, but I'm honestly not all that far away from a crank up, which would be really motivating. I have, of course, cranked this motor up on the ground and ran it multiple times. It's actually been in a car before running. Runs great. But to actually crank it up in here is going to mean a lot more to me. So after that, I think it's going to have me motivated. Radiator fabbed. I actually just put the fan motor in the shed for some strange reason. I don't know why I didn't leave it over here, but I might dig it out tomorrow. But that's the radiator. That's how it's sitting. Going to be doing some tabs here so I can keep it in place. Probably do some cushions, of course, on the fan, because I seen where my other one, it ended up plastic just riding on this right here. The plastic beating up and down on that actually put a hole in it. So I'm going to make sure I put the foam around that so I don't have that problem again. It's going to be full exhaust going right down through there all the way to the back. Had to do some mods on my radiator setup so it can get down there so you can see how it's going to go. So I had to do a little bit of crazy mods there to make that work. So yeah, in the mix, a lot of fab. Like I said, getting back on it. Got to get back on my list so I can make progress and also keep up with the progress. So twin Camaro will be back in the mix. The Duramax build was lengthy and aggravating, but I got it done. That was the build that was actually makes sense for me to actually be using it. That's what I'm getting to the track with this year is with the Duramax. Would like to see this car get out on the back side of the year possibly, so be shooting for that. The Lord's willing, he's gonna keep the car in one piece, keep me in one piece, and I'm not gonna have to do a whole lot of work on it, and then that's gonna free up some time for my AC, and then also for me to work on this twin Camaro. And from there, I'll be jumping some into the 6th gen. If I get to a point to where I see I'm going to be waiting on parts for a week or two for the twin Camaro, which I really don't think I should be there. It's just honestly if I lose interest and I don't feel like working on it anymore because there's a lot of stuff to do on this build. Especially I already got the rims, so like cutting for the rims. Finished getting the body panels and stuff on, looking at paint, picking a color, electrical wiring, all the gauges, the dash. It's a lot of stuff I could do, even if I do hit a point to where I'm working on, if I'm waiting on parts. So that's what's in the mix. I'm gonna keep you posted. Like I said, I gotta get back in my notebook of actually making a list and what I'm gonna do today and knocking it out and getting it done. Stay tuned. Twin Camaros back in the mix.